Well, this is Steve Ridgel, and today I want to talk about another odd argument. I once in a while hear from people who are attempting to say that you don't need to be baptized to follow Jesus or be a Christian. Now, y'all, you know by now, if you've heard me at all, I'm strong on baptism. I think it's all through the Bible. I think people that came to follow Jesus in the book of Acts were all baptized. I think even the book of Acts talks about a lot of the reasons behind it. And of course, a lot of the letters talk about baptism. So I'm a strong baptism person. But most Christians are, most churches are. But every once in a while, I'll have somebody that I think they're attempting to trap me on baptism because they ask me this question. Suppose somebody decides they want to follow Jesus and they're walking down the aisle to be baptized and they drop dead of a heart attack. What about them? I got to tell you, number one, I just don't understand the argument. I think what they're trying to say is, if I say, oh, well, yeah, God knows their heart, they're saved, then they'll say, ha ha, you don't have to be baptized. Or if I say, well, no, they didn't get baptized, so they're not going to make it, they'd say, aha, you don't think it's a matter of heart, it's just doing the act or whatever. I don't get the argument, and here's why I don't understand the argument. Number one, who gets in or out is God's business, not mine. Why would I ever say, well, clearly God, that's not my business. I do think if somebody's walking down the aisle to be baptized and has a heart attack, or drops dead in the baptistry, or you put them under and they die there, before you can raise them up. I don't know. God knows that. God knows their heart. I absolutely trust God to do what is right because God is right. It's not my job to put people in or take people out. Number two, I don't understand it because in all my life, I have never heard of someone deciding to be baptized and dying on the way to have it done. Never. Now, I think there probably been a lot of people that have gotten to their deathbed and wish they had been baptized. And you know what? If they make a decision about Jesus when they're dying, God will handle that. I don't have to. That's God's business. Number three, I can't tell you one way to eliminate that. If you think that's some kind of argument, don't wait till you're dying. If you want to follow Jesus, jump in and man, give your life to him, be baptized, and let's get on with living the Christian life. I don't care if you're 15 or if you're 95. Let's get after it. And the other thing that I think is kind of ironic when somebody's talking about trying to get baptized and dying, you do realize if you read your Bible, baptism's not an argument about what you do to become a Christian. Baptism is when you die with Jesus. Go read Romans 6. Your baptism was when you died with Jesus. You were buried with him and you were raised to a new life. Your life is not your own anymore. Part of the whole denying yourself to follow Jesus is really shown in baptism when you are baptized into the death of Jesus and buried with him into his death. That's why I think when Galatians 2 talks about being crucified with Christ, it's very much talking about when you were baptized, when we died with Jesus. So I don't mind discussions. If you want to say, I've read the Bible, I don't get it. Oh, okay, that's between you and God. If you want to say, well, the Bible, they had to baptize them, but times are different. Okay, I don't agree with that, but that's between you and God. If you want to say, hey, I just don't believe the Bible anyhow, I think I just am going to do what I think's right. Okay, there's a million reasons, but don't make silly arguments that make no sense. If you don't believe in Jesus, I'm begging you to think about Jesus, to put your faith in him, and then to die with him in baptism, and then to live that new life, making your decisions based on loving God and loving people.